When we talk about drama on Love and Marriage, Huntsville, Martell Holt's name almost always comes up. From the very beginning of the show, Martell has been at the center of attention, whether it's his relationship with Melody Shari, his messy affair with Ariane Curry, his clashes with the Scotts, or his constant battles with his own image. But this time, the story has fans truly outraged. Reports say Martell demanded cash from Melody under the excuse that it was for the kids, and fans are not having it. They believe he crossed the line, not only as a co-parent but also as a father. This is not just a TV storyline. This is real life, and it has shaken viewers who feel Melody has been through more than enough already. To understand why this claim has sparked such a strong reaction, we have to go back to the history between Martell and Melody. These two were once a power couple. They built businesses together, they built a family, and they shared the spotlight as Huntsville's golden pair. On the surface, it looked like they had it all: success, love, and a brand that stood strong. But behind closed doors, things were very different. The marriage slowly cracked under the weight of lies, betrayal, and infidelity. When the affair with Ariane Curry came to light, the entire world watched the marriage crumble. Melody was left to pick up the pieces while Martell seemed to spiral, jumping from one dramatic move to the next. Since their divorce, Melody has worked hard to rebuild her life. She has focused on her children, her businesses, her music, and her peace. Fans have watched her step into her glow-up season. From walking at New York Fashion Week to growing her 7th Avenue beauty brand, Melody has shown that she doesn't need to stay tied down to Martell to succeed. She has proven that she can rise above the chaos. And that's exactly why this latest situation feels so shocking to fans. Melody has worked so hard to protect her peace, only for Martell to drag her back into more mess with this outrageous demand. So, let's break it down. Imagine you are Melody. You're balancing work, home, and kids, already carrying more than your share of responsibilities. Then one day, your phone rings. It's your ex-husband, Martell. At first, the call feels casual, maybe even routine. But then, his tone shifts. Suddenly, he's demanding money. He says it's for the kids. Now, for any mother, hearing the words, "for the kids," would usually soften the heart. But Melody knew instantly this wasn't about the kids. It didn't sound like love, it didn't sound like support, and it didn't sound like co-parenting. It sounded like manipulation. It sounded like pressure. It sounded like Martell trying to control her yet again. This is why fans are outraged. Because they see the bigger picture. They know that Melody has always provided for her children. They know she has sacrificed and worked hard to ensure her kids have stability. And they know Martell has a long history of. Martell's only real card left on the show is to eventually bring Ariane in as a cast member. But even that idea divides the fan base. Some say it would make the show unwatchable. Others say it would be the ultimate drama. Either way, Martell's ties to Ariane show that he is still stuck in the same toxic cycle, still chasing attention instead of growth. Carlos King, the show's producer, has also been pulled into the conversation. Fans constantly debate whether Carlos protects Martell too much. Some believe he pushes Melody too hard while allowing Martell to escape accountability. And this latest drama has people asking again, why is Martell still given so much space on the show when his behavior off camera is just as troubling? But here's the thing, Melody has learned. She didn't just confront Martell once and move on. She started documenting everything. Every call, every text, every demand. She reached out to attorneys to protect herself and her children. She made it clear that she would not be bullied. And that is why so many fans are calling her the real star of the franchise. Not because she shouts, not because she schemes, but because she refuses to be manipulated. This story is deeper than money. It's about power, control, and survival. It's about a man who refuses to let go and a woman who refuses to break. And it's about children caught in the middle of a storm they never asked for. Fans see it clearly now. Melody is the one who holds the real power, because her strength cannot be bought or bullied. Martell's demand for cash might have been meant to shake her, but instead, it exposed him. It showed fans just how far he is willing to go. And it proved once again why Melody's decision to leave him was the best choice she could have ever made. As we move forward, the big question remains, can Martell redeem himself? Can he step up as a father without playing games? Can he take accountability for his actions? Or will he continue down this path of manipulation, control, and chaos? Fans are watching closely, and they are not afraid to call him out. Meanwhile, Melody continues to shine. She is working multiple jobs, building her businesses, and creating opportunities. She is ensuring her children feel loved and protected despite the drama. And she is proving that she doesn't need Martell, Carlos, or even love and marriage, Huntsville to succeed. Her glow-up is happening right in front of our eyes, and fans couldn't be happier for her. So where does this leave the show? Some fans believe the show is losing its power without Melody at the center. Others think Martell is dragging the franchise down with his repeated antics. Carlos King and the network now face the challenge of keeping fans engaged while balancing the chaos Martell brings. But if there's one thing this Cash for Kids claim has made clear, it's that fans will not stay silent when they feel a line has been crossed. By the end of this situation, one thing is certain, Melody's resilience. Of failing to take accountability. For him to suddenly demand money, under the excuse of, for the kids, feels like he is once again weaponizing his own children to control Melody. And that is something fans cannot accept. Now, this isn't the first time Martell has been accused of using people for leverage. Throughout the seasons, we've seen him try to control situations by twisting the truth or shifting blame. When he was caught cheating, instead of taking responsibility, he tried to downplay his actions. When his businesses failed, he found ways to point the finger elsewhere. When Melody began to shine on her own, he tried to pull her back down. This demand for cash fits right into that pattern. It's another move in Martell's long history of manipulation. And it didn't stop with just asking. Reports say that when Melody stood her ground and refused to give in, Martell escalated. He allegedly threatened to limit her access to her children unless she gave him money. Now let that sink in. A father using the idea of separating a mother from her children as a bargaining chip. That is not just messy. That is cruel. Fans were quick to call it out as emotional abuse, because no parent should ever hold their children over the other parent's head for money or control. Melody's reaction says a lot about her growth since the divorce. At first, she froze. Because it wasn't just about the money. It was about the realization that Martell would use their kids as leverage. But instead of crumbling, Melody gathered herself. She sought advice from friends, family, and even a counselor. She knew that giving in one time could open the door to endless demands. So she stood firm. She calmly told Martell that while she would always put her children first, she would not be manipulated into giving him cash. Fans celebrated this moment. They saw Melody's strength. They saw a woman who has been pushed, tested, and hurt, yet refuses to let anyone use her children against her. They saw a mother choosing her kids' emotional well-being over toxic control. And that's why fans are rallying around her right now. Meanwhile, Martell's reputation continues to sink. On the show, we've seen him clash with Melody, Marceau, Maurice, and even Chris Fletcher. We've seen him bring chaos into almost every storyline. Off the show, he has been linked to failed businesses, messy relationships, and manipulative behavior. And now this Cash for Kids claim has only added fuel to the fire. Fans are calling him selfish, manipulative, and irresponsible. Many are even questioning if he truly wants what's best for his children or if he's just using them as pawns to stay connected to Melody. And let's not forget Ariane Curry. For years, she has been in the shadows of this franchise. Her relationship with Martell has been messy from the start. She's had his child, she's defended him online, and yet he has never claimed her fully. Every time her name comes up, it's tied to drama. Many fans believe shines brighter than ever, while Martell's reputation takes yet another hit. Fans are speaking out. They're outraged, they're disappointed, and they're demanding better. Because at the end of the day, this is not just TV drama. This is about real people, real families, and real consequences. And that's why this story matters.